Round 3 underway versus Stickbird. We are 2-0 so far, so hopefully, I would like to go first. Hopefully we can make that 3-0. So we talked about last game where we started with the Mr. Mime, but just didn't really care what happened, and we didn't really want to like have to switch to something. But with the Solosis start, we do have to be a lot more careful. I'm still not going to like play a Skyla for a level ball or something and switch, but you do have to be a lot more careful about allowing your Solosis to get knocked out, which is why I'm going to attach to it, and then I'm going to end and hopefully find something to retreat to. Um, Whoops. Unfortunately, Snivy is a pretty bad partner for that. And I think we just have to go ahead and end the turn here, actually. I guess I could have attacked. That was bad. But, no, I couldn't attack. I went first. Um, yeah, so it's really important not to get your Slowzos knocked out and your Unicos knocked out, but it's equally, if not more important, not to get your Snivy knocked out. And so, because Snivy, there's only one copy of it in your whole deck, so I feel like we just need to keep it here. Thankfully, he ended us up leaving to something better. This hand's much better. We can manage with this hand. Unfortunately, he is getting Frozen City will hurt us as well, but unfortunately, he is getting pretty far ahead now that he's getting a knockout and putting the plasma on what I assume is going to be a Kyurem, but might be this Deoxys. Oh, Lugia even. Okay. Crystal, Level Ball, get a Uniclid, or get a Solosis. Play the Solosis, play a Tropical Beach. I think I'll attach here, and then we'll end. Play a Mr. Mime, play another Solosis, retreat to the Mr. Mime, and then activate my beach. So that turned out better for us. We have the Rare Candy into Superior, into attach to the Crustle, or the Dwebble next turn, um, as well as an Energy Juniper, depending on what we want to do. So hope is definitely not lost. We do need to find a Frisian, but once we do that, we should be totally fine as long as we draw pretty okay. Our opponent could also get the Lugia knockout here, but thankfully it doesn't really matter. Like, one of the great things about this deck is that if you get the setup, you can't lose, and so it doesn't matter how many prizes they take before they get to setup. If you're playing correctly and if you get everything how it's supposed to be, it just won't matter. You won't. Your opponent can take in any number of prizes. Crustle's a good top deck there. Gets us where we want to be. Rare Candy, Snivy into Superior. I'm going to go ahead and Juniper here instead of N. I'm going to play Beach first, but I'm going to go ahead and Juniper instead of N. He has a very low card hand, and I don't want to set him up for more. Ultra Ball, and switch. Get the Virizion, and we have the full setup on turn 2, and then we're going to go ahead and Beach. We could have damaged Bob even, but I don't. We could have damaged with a heal, but I don't care. I want this Mr. Mime to be knocked out. Gets us, hits 2 cards for him. Just bills, not really a big deal. We didn't need any of those cards. And at this point, our opponent had a really good turn 1, but he has slowed down a little bit, and I assume that gets us for 2. Didn't really hit anything. We're gonna go ahead and play this Reshiram. Attach here. Skyla for an N, I think. What could we take? We don't need anything. I mean, we need energy. Oh, we don't have grass energy. Oh, we do have. We only have one. Um, I still think we're gonna skylift for an N, and then we have 3 grass in here. Or we have some prize or 2 grass in there. Okay, so I'm gonna be mindful of that. Don't think there's anything that knocks off energy in his deck offhand, but there could be. And then no damage on anyone, so let's activate the stadium. And there's the grass energy we have to essentially seal the game. There's still something could happen. Don't get me wrong, but um, with the Reshiram, with a Virizion, a grass energy, a Reuniclus, a Superior, and a Reshiram up, we should be fine. We do get end out of the hand with the grass energy, unfortunately. And I think we're actually just going to need to end next turn and not touch this fighting because I think we really want to get that grass on and not lose anything silly. But missing a turn of attacks isn't really going to matter. We have plenty of time. We have plenty of cards in our deck. I'm not too concerned. So here we're just gonna slam this in, like we said. Unfortunately missed, but that's okay. Level ball for a Uniclus. Just usually I wouldn't thin my deck out like this, but if he does play anything weird, I want to protect myself. And then just activate the stadium. Still haven't drawn a grass, which is unfortunate. I think next turn I'm gonna have to super rod the grasses back in. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and just do a normal damage swap routine. Well, actually, we're going to. How many cards is in our deck? 13. Actually, cancel. Oops. We're going to Juniper anyway, so we're going to go ahead and put all of our damage on this Virizion, and then damage swap, and then max potion it off. After we super rod, of course. And then max potion him. And then just slam this Juniper. There we go. One thing I guess we could watch out for is if he does play Kyurem, we're gonna we won't really. It's an issue because he plays Mr. Mime, but he plays Kyurem and does 30 to something. We split it. It goes into 20, and then we spread it around, and we spread it around a 2+1, and then heal 10 between turns, so it won't really matter. Let's make sure I have no damage. Attack. And so yeah, at this point, unless he plays something weird, I think we're good. We have a Crustle set up. I mean, we have the whole thing. We don't have another Crustle, but I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. We didn't really need to get 2 Unicluses up, but just the way the game played out early, I think we were kind of forced to. And now, after playing these games with it, I'm really not sure if I like this whole inclusion of the Reshiram. Like, you almost never want to attack with Outrage, even after you put, considering you have to put 2 energy on it. Okay, so he has Genesect for a red signal, so that could actually be a big game. But as I was saying, the Reshiram just, especially with now that you have 170 HP, Virizion just doesn't seem to carry its weight as much when you're trying to, as far as putting damage on it goes. And it's not a very good attacker either. I'm not really sure if it's worth the inclusion, but who knows. So this Genesect is going to cause some problems. If he can Plasma Energy onto it, he can catches something up, which isn't a big deal because I do have two Reuniclus for the protection, but he can like knock out. He can just take knockouts that way. He can knock out Reuniclus, Reshiram, Superior, and that's the knockouts. And if he knocks out my Superior, things get a lot harder. And if he knocks out both my Reuniclus, I obviously cannot win the game. So it's could be tough. Looks like he's going for a pretty good stall tactic here. I assume he's getting a plasma energy back with that triad. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Damage swap time. So this game can be pretty boring. I mean, I know I've talked a lot about the damage swap. I don't want to sound like I'm playing too much because I don't mind it all that much, but it can be boring to play for your opponent and in real life even too. This doesn't take as long in real life, but it can be frustrating just because it's one of those things where your opponent just can't win if you get set up. I'm fully healed. And Stone Edge. Heads here. It's like Heads here gets us the knockout, but it's not the way she blows this time. Shadow Triad. For the Colorist Machine. So I assume what his plan is here is to use Genetic, as I said, to catch up one of these guys, and then Lugia them to take 2 prizes, so we only have to do that twice. I'm not sure if that's possible based on what's left in his deck. He has 1 Plasma. I also don't know how many Colorists, I don't know how many Shadow Triads he runs. But, yeah, that looks like it's his plan. I didn't anticipate this, but it's something we definitely can lose to. He goes for the Superior, which I don't actually think is correct. I think he needs to try and knock out the Reunicluses. But as it stands, I think we're going to go ahead and Dowsing Machine, Duosion, and a Fighting. Get a Super Rod. Super Rod back in. Snivy, Superior, and a Fighting. And then just no damage, right? Yep. Just attack Stone Edge. So we definitely are coming close to losing this game. If you can get the Genesect combo up again, we will most certainly lose. What's interesting, actually, I usually don't run into things on Pokemon Online that I didn't think about. I definitely don't win all my games on Pokemon Online, but usually I have a pretty good idea of what's going on in most of the decks that I play, especially the meta decks, but I just did not see this ability at all. He also has the ability to make a low Canonus and Snipe, but I think he's just checking if he has the last Plasma, which he doesn't. It doesn't look like he has any kind of rainbow effects, though, so I'm not actually sure that he can make a low Canonus. Alright, and attack. Stone Edge will wield a knockout, even though the prize count a little bit. So we are alive at any time if we can draw, if we can manage to draw the Snivy Superior. We have the rare candy. Like, I know we have a bunch of cards within our deck. I mean, we have 8 here plus the 9 in our hand, so I'm not too worried about decking, but I still don't want to try and fight over that. um, superior at all. Like I don't want to dig for it. Right now he's trying to do the most damage possible, I guess. Not doing. Just gonna load all this damage onto this Virizion now. I don't have the superior up and won't get it for at least uh, 2 more turns if I naturally draw it. So. Click what? Okay. The one line's being a little squeaky, but it's okay. Not really much to talk about here. If he has the energy for, if he has the plasma for the Genesect, we just lose, but I don't think he does. I haven't actually checked if it's prized yet. Oh, whoops, I did that incorrectly. Sure. But Wanai is not liking my clicks right now. Oh my god, I just totally misplayed. Oh, that's gonna cost us the game. Uh, well, sorry about that, folks. My bad habits came back to bite me. And well, he doesn't have any energy, so maybe we don't lose. Maybe not. Uh, gonna do 70, 80. Oh, we survived. Okay, well, play poorly and get rewarded. That's what I always say. All right, that was a close one. So now we're gonna damage swap from here to here. Damage swap from here to here. Now he's at 15, so we're gonna damage swap one more time onto him. And then max potion. Almost just did it again. That's terrible. Damage swap there. Damage swap there. And now we're free to attack. Heads there would have knocked him out, which would have been more important. And he is now out of cards. I'm not sure if he has anything left. I wasn't paying attention to that at all. I was too focused on my Genesect, I guess. 1, 2. So he just only have 2 plasma on here, but he has another one on both of these guys, right? No, okay. So one must be priced? Alright, do you have any ends left? 1, he's played 2, so he's been playing Orthodox stuff, so he could. Oh wait, oh, he can Shadow Triad back for the. Wait, did he attach this turn? Okay, well, he has no cards left in his deck, so I'm gonna go ahead and end my turn, and we win. I'm not sure if he attached that turn. If he attached that turn, he could have triaded for the plasma. I attached it to Genesect and then knocked us out, which I thought he was going to do, but he must have attached. I don't think he would have just not seen that. So interesting game. Came very close to losing it, even misplayed and didn't lose, but still got the 3-0. Crustle's interesting. Tedious to play is why I did only 3 matches. But if you want to see more, I could change the list around and do probably another 3-match set. So you'd be a +1 for a normal battle towers. So let me know what you want to see. Thanks for watching, and love you. Good night.